Gene Kilroy stopped by to see how Mike's getting on with training. Now, we're not going to play this entire thing, but I am going to skim through it for you because there's some really cool moments. One of the first ones is Gene talking about how no one actually beat Mike, how Mike beat Mike. Let's take a listen.
I was just telling him the only one ever beat Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Yeah, the bullshit. The fuck you don't want to hear it.
I do hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it because I know it.
Yeah, okay.
No one knows the
We'll
best
tell you
yet.
something. Okay.
Tell me something I don't know. I know I fucked up.
Gene Kilroy, you don't know.
So I find that very interesting. And you know, when you look at it, the whole interaction there, Mike is saying, tell me something I don't know. I know I fucked up. He's kind of right. You know, like, as much as I don't think Mike Tyson's the greatest heavyweight ever, I think he could have been. Think about it. You know, Mike had the ability. He had the mental fortitude. He had the intimidation. He had all of the things that you wanted out of a heavyweight champion. And he was young. And then, obviously, you know, Customato dying was huge for Mike's motivation, for, you know, Mike's meaning as a heavyweight. And also, the Buster Douglas loss made him a little less invincible. And some of the heavyweight division started to open up to potentially, you know, a Mike Tyson fight. And then, obviously, Mike goes to jail. In the Holyfield fights, I thought Mike wasn't the best version of himself because of the jail time, obviously. But also, you know, Evander Holyfield's one of the best ever, but he was on the juice. I'm sorry. Evander was on the juice, and I don't know why no one ever talks about it, but that was a major factor in those fights, too. But, you know, Mike obviously biting the ear, and he would self-sabotage when he was in positions where he was not winning. So while I do agree that there could have been a version of reality, let's say we're in the multiverse, where Mike Tyson, had he stayed on the straight and narrow, had he, you know, had Cuss not died, had he not gone to jail, these things happen. I do like the idea that Mike understands that he could have been better.
This is the strongest I've ever seen you. Yeah, the strongest I've ever. And I know you're since 13. I think this impressed the shit out of me. Nothing impresses me. You know, I'm gonna tell you.
Jesus. I know he's 58. Look at the fucking unit that is Mike Tyson at 58. And listen, again, how do you have the will, the drive, the muscle memory, just the ability? He was at 300 pounds. He was gigantic. And again, this was years ago, but still, it's incredible, man.
What is that?
It's just like that.
That is, again, it's just bag work. I get that, but that is incredible to me. And maybe I'm glazing, whatever. But to move like that at 58, yeah, okay, it looks like an older Mike, but it doesn't look like a Mike that is so far removed that he forgot. Like, it doesn't look like he's still trying to learn. That looks like an older version, yes, of Mike Tyson, if that makes sense. Look at some of these punches, these combinations, the weight transfer, the power behind it, the short punch that he doesn't overextend, and he's not reaching for the bag, he's sticking the bag. Bang! Weight transfer.
Yeah, so far.
He's working on this combination, right? He's working on right hand, transfer weight, left hook. Hi.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And again, working on it. Boom, boom, boom. Woo! And speed. For those that think I'm glazing, and again, I know that you're not fighting Jake Paul. I understand. Go out and land this combination on your heavy bag right now. You go do it and tell me how fast you land that shit with that amount of power. Go ahead.
What is that?
Go ahead. That's good stuff, man. And again, I'm just saying that looks more fluid with, again, what we talked about at the beginning of the video, the intention in which he's hitting the bag. He is not hitting that bag with the intent to touch it to set up a big punch. Every punch is a big punch. Every one of them. 100% effort behind punches. This is so key to what, if it's possible that Mike Tyson can win this fight, will be a difference maker to me. It's not the fact that Mike's going to throw crazy amounts of volume. It's not the fact that Mike is you know, going to throw, 100 punches around, whatever. It's the fact that there is intent and 100% effort behind everything he does. And that, even at 58, can, in small instances, make Mike absolutely dangerous. And that may be the title of the video, but that is where we come to the end of this. And again, this is impressive. I don't care what you say about the fight. And again, I'm still sticking with my pick that I do think Jake Paul does get this done, and I think he does it in pretty devastating fashion. There is some doubt that creeps in when you see Mike this committed. When you see him relearning, it's almost like, again, you put him in a coma for 20 years, he wakes up, and still his muscle memory is there, and still his body is still able to do this. Maybe not at that level and not even close to that level, but there is